Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Alfie, bringing you another important conversation. Today, let's dive right in with a surprising fact. Did you know that Ghana has managed to reduce its poverty rate by half, from 52.6% to 21.4% between 1991 and 2012? Sounds like a great achievement, right? But here's the catch. The gap between the richest and the poorest has been growing ever since 2006. Today, the wealthiest 10% consume almost 7 times the amount the poorest 10% of the population do. There's a lot to unpack here, but before we get into it, let's set the stage. Today, we're focusing on Ghana, a country that's both rich in resources and culture, but also struggling with significant social issues. We're shedding light on the hidden realities of poverty and homelessness, their root causes, and the potential solutions. Let's get started. As we delve deeper, we find that poverty and homelessness in Ghana are interconnected. They're more than just numbers. They affect people in real ways. In urban areas, overcrowding is a significant issue. People are forced to live in close quarters, often without basic amenities. This leads to a whole host of problems, from health risks to social conflicts. In more rural regions, it's a similar story, but with a different backdrop. Outbreaks of diseases like cholera are all too common due to a lack of poor sanitation facilities. Such inequality isn't merely a consequence of natural circumstances. It's a symptom of structural issues within our society and governance. Over the years, despite various political parties coming into power with promising agendas, mismanagement and corruption have often overshadowed their efforts. This has led to the squandering of our nation's wealth, contributing to this growing gap between the rich and the poor. Let's dig a little deeper into the political angle in our next segment. Politics plays an essential role in shaping any country, and Ghana is no exception. Over the years, our political landscape has witnessed a series of promises for change. However, the issue of corruption remains a persistent hurdle. Allegations of mismanagement and embezzlement of public funds have been all too common. Instead of these resources reaching the people who need them most, they often end up lining the pockets of a select few. This misdirection of funds exacerbates the already significant wealth gap and hampers efforts to combat poverty and homelessness. Citizens are growing increasingly frustrated with this situation, calling for more transparency and accountability. When discussing poverty and homelessness in Ghana, it's impossible to ignore the role of religion. Churches are springing up all over the country, with pastors preaching messages of hope. Religion, for many people, provides a sense of comfort and hope, a belief in a better future. However, it's essential to examine how this intersects with poverty. Often, church members, many of whom are grappling with poverty themselves, are encouraged to contribute financially. And in some cases, there's a stark contrast between the lavish lifestyle of certain church leaders and the struggling congregations they lead. This isn't to discount the value that religious institutions can bring to a community. Many churches provide important social services and are a source of support for their members. But the reality remains that when money is diverted away from the people who need it most and towards individuals who don't use it for the community's betterment, it exacerbates the poverty cycle. Now let's talk about the educational system in Ghana. Let's talk about education. It's often seen as a ladder out of poverty, but in Ghana, we're facing some serious challenges. Many of our children are still being educated under trees in makeshift outdoor classrooms. in 2023. Meanwhile, politicians ride around in the latest SUV, a stark reminder of the gap between the haves and the have-nots. But the question is, why is this so? Even those who are fortunate enough to receive an education face obstacles. Every year we churn out graduates, bright minds eager to contribute to society, only to find that they lack the practical skills to secure a job or start their own business. What good is a degree if it doesn't open doors? If it doesn't empower you to improve your own life and the lives of those in your community? We need to question our current educational system. Are we simply encouraging rote learning, or are we equipping our young people with the skills, the initiative, and the self-confidence they need to thrive? In the next chapter, we'll look at solutions. We'll explore how we can break these cycles of poverty and homelessness and how we can empower the people of Ghana to build a better future. Look, it's clear that the problems we face are deep-rooted and complex. But despite everything, there is hope. There are people and organizations dedicated to making a difference, fighting to break the cycle of poverty and homelessness. Take, for instance, the Savannah Accelerator Development Authority, or SADA. They've made strides in securing resources and enacting positive changes. We've also seen the emergence of targeted social intervention programs, the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty Initiative, and the Ghana School Feeding Program are making significant strides in helping our people. Infrastructure development is another key area of focus. Better roads and housing are not just physical constructs. They are lifelines for those living in poverty. Non-governmental organizations are also playing a crucial role. The Ghana Federation of the Urban Poor Fund, for instance, is providing shelter and support for our homeless brothers and sisters. But we need more. We need policies that stimulate the private sector, improve infrastructure, and invest more in human capital. We need to strengthen our social protection systems. The question is, are we as a society and as a government willing to do what it takes? We've taken a hard look at the poverty and homelessness crisis in our beloved Ghana. We talked about the widening gap between the rich and the poor, the role of religious exploitation, the failings of our educational system, and the solutions that are currently being implemented. But let's be clear, it's not enough to just talk about these problems. We need to act. We need to hold our leaders accountable to demand better for ourselves and for future generations. Remember, change starts with you, with me, with us. It's up to us to spread awareness, to advocate for policy changes, and to support the organizations that are making a real difference. We hope that this video has been enlightening and inspires you to act. Remember to like, share, and comment on this video to help spread the word, and please subscribe to my channel for more insights and discussions on social issues. This is Alfie signing off, but let's continue to fight for a better Ghana. A Ghana where no one has to sleep on the streets, where everyone has a chance to succeed, because we all deserve a place called